Hello and welcome to hour 3 of RollPlay Solum Week 21. Neal, what's going on?
You guys are on your boat. You'll spend the night. Everyone dish out a handful of silver for food, drinks, lodgings, and whatnot, unless you're staying on the boat, in which case you pay nothing.
I'll stay on the boat.
I stayed on the boat, I guess.
All right.
I'll stay in the lodging.
There you go. And if you are visiting the brothels for entertainment, please dish out a couple of gold.
I don't do that. We leave off Ron's horse, by the way, with Ron.
Right. When you guys are, telling the captain that Ron's not coming back and the horse is staying off, the captain's like, "Well, deal's done, no refunds, so just let you know."
As he says that, I nod and I ask Ansel, "Did you ask him about security, or is that didn't come back in?"
Security? What do you mean?
When Tariq tried to ask about security and as being part of the payment, the captain, remember, originally threatened to not take us, and then you went back. I was wondering if you asked him about security.
Tariq fucked everything up. I had to pay him 140 gold.
You're a good man, Ansel. All right. Just kind of usher everybody back on the boat, I guess, and then...
Okay.
How many heal points should I give? Like, we were only there for one day, but I patched up Ron, and then it took us a couple days to get down there, right? So maybe like 3.
That was here, 1... So you got here the day after... 2 days after the battle. So everyone increase your HP by 1, 2 points by now.
By the way, you know what's just about to happen, Neil? This game's a draw. The Zerg doesn't have enough money. Sorry. JP's going to fucking hate me.
Oh, it's fine.
Never mind.
About StarCraft.
He doesn't have enough money to...
The WCS game...
StarCraft needs all the support it can get, Jeff, please.
So anyway, that's kind of crazy. So how much did you say for healing?
1 or 2 HP?
2 HP. He doesn't have any mutas.
And he has no money to get it. No way to get it. So that's kind of crazy. Oh, he's got 100 gas now, so he can't. Anyways. But there's Ravens and Vikings up there, so it's going to be a draw.
Good turn.
Cool.
DM Neal, what are we doing?
So you were all hopping your boat, and I'm rolling
Before
for
we leave,
random encounters.
Hey, everyone heal yourselves 2 or 3. You can smudge it, make it 4, and Neil won't notice.
2. I mean, I won't know. You could say 5. I wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
But chat
So-
will.
Before we leave and take off, I have a little side conversation with Ron, and I say, Ron, you're a good man for delivering this to us, and I welcome your return. Just know that
And
this
Neil, you gotta
armor
Role
is
play
my
because he has to get
lifeblood.
paid.
Indeed.
Ron's like, great. I'm happy to help you guys out. So about my fee,
Indeed.
looks like from Windschief, he says, pulling out, looking at the map that I'm going to say you brought with you. Or if not, you guys ask around to see how far away Windschief is from Fallon. He's like, well, it's about a 2-week journey, a little more than a 2-week journey by horseback. If I push it and really make the most out of each day, I could probably squeeze it in 2 weeks. So, and then I need living expenses while I stay here in town. So that's 3 weeks. That's 5 weeks of work. It's pretty easy, but you don't want this armor stolen by anyone, do you? No, I don't think so. So, let's say 5 weeks is a little over a month. It's a month and change. Let's call it 40 days, whatever. I think a 2 gold, 3 gold per day is a pretty reasonable price to get your armor to use securely and safely.
How many days?
Roughly 40 days. More, these guys are going to take 3 weeks. This can take a little over 2 weeks. Let's call it 40 days.
Okay. How does half now and half on delivery sound to you?
You don't trust me to come back to you?
Oh no, I trust you completely.
I get it.
You don't
Being
trust me to
professional.
pay you? I mean, I feel like
No,
this is
I
the best
understand.
even-
I'm just ribbing you gently, man. Ribbing you gently. It's a
All right,
professional way to handle things. Half now, half on payment.
Indeed.
60 gold, and another 60 when I see you.
All right, I give him the 60, and then I give him a firm handshake. I look him dead in the eyes, and I say, "Looking forward to seeing you again, Ron."
Looking forward to seeing you again too, Tariq.
And we part ways amicably.
All right. You guys hop on the boat
Yeah.
and sail away.
Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Knew it.
Ron's a rich dude these days, isn't he?
Well, he's getting rich and getting ready to retire, apparently.
How much
so
did you
it
give him?
is-
60 gold.
Oh, okay.
So let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So after 3-ish days, you come to this point where the river starts entering this canyon, and the river gets really narrow, like really narrow. The point where it's only like 40 feet across. You know, the
Where's
ship
this at?
go just past Thodor to the
Fornoth?
left, above the brackish wastes.
Sure.
Yeah. It's about 50 feet, and the rowers actually have to come and stand on top of the ship and row downward. The current is pretty strong too, and so some people end up like pushing off the side of the walls, and you're making really slow progress. This is a nasty place to be. And at this point, there's this thundering noise, and you see some rocks tumbling down in front of you. They just like tumble down the side and splash into the river, and everyone's looking up, and this huge man appears, a giant appears, standing on the cliffs above you, which are, I would say, like 130 feet up, and he's got a boulder in his hands, and he shouts down to you, "Puny humans below me! I will crush your ship to tinders, and you will all drown unless you pay my
Neil, may I
toll."
make an action?
Go for it.
How far away is he?
He's like 130 feet up above you ish, something like that. It's hard to tell.
Am I at the? Am I away from everyone?
You're all kind of like standing around on deck watching. There's a lot of people about because all the rowers have come on deck because they can't row from below anymore.
Could I
So
make?
you're actually in a very crowded area.
If I cast a spell, are they going to notice it?
Absolutely. Unless you cast invisibility, in which case they'll have, they won't see you at all.
All right,
Then
giant
you can
man.
cast anything.
We'll pay you your fee. Where do you want to meet?
Neil, I cast Tasha's uncontrollable hilarity on him.
Oh God. What book is that in?
I don't. It's on your.
It's on the card.
He's got a negate against it, so save her spell.
Save versus spell.
But it's modified by the intelligence of the creature.
Oh, see, this is why I know it's a crazy ass spell, and I want to look it up.
So
Exactly.
creatures of 4 or less are totally unaffected. Those with intelligence 5 to 7, lows save with -6 penalties. Those with intelligence 8 to 12, average to vary, save with -4. Those with 13 to 14 save with -2. Those with 15 or greater have no unmodified saving throws.
His intelligence. Okay, so what did you say was the breakdown somewhere?
4 or less, they don't get a save. 5 to 7, it's -6. 8 to 12, it's -4.
-4. It is. Just a simple saving throw. All right. Let's look up the value of his saving throw. Saving throw versus spell at -4, did we say?
-4
Yeah.
is...
He's got 8 to 10 intel.
Yes.
Okay. He needs to. Okay, here we go. Pass with flying colors.
Motherfucker.
Natural 18. Tika's uncontrollable hideous laughter is what we're casting.
Tasha's uncontrollable laughter.
Tasha's. Sorry.
Where do you want to meet to pay?
Hold on. I want to see exactly how the spell works. He may notice the spell being cast on him, may not. We'll see.
The effect is not immediate, and the creature feels only a slight tingling in the round the spell is cast.
Oh, but that's if it's successful.
On the round immediately following the victim, yeah. So, yep.
Okay, so even if he were to have failed, he wouldn't have noticed it right away.
So after I cast this spell, regardless of
You're
what
like,
he's saying,
I
I look at the captain and I'm just like, gotcha. And I hope that like nothing, there was no actual like magical thing appeared, it was just me fucking looking stupid. All right?
Right. Yeah, it was just you chanting some words and waving your arms.
Yeah. So I hope that the captain sees this as a joke.
Okay, so he says, "Up ahead, you will come to a pass where there a small landing beach. My brother will meet you there. Deliver to him half the gold you carry with you, or I will crush your ship from above."
That from above.
I say, okay, very good. Captain, slow the boat down a little bit so we can have some time. Zanzel, is there anything we can do?
Captain looks at you and says, "I'll not be taking orders from the likes of you."
Oh, that's
And he
fine. If you
shouts
want your
back
boat
up to
smashed.
The stone
cool.
giant. He looks
I
up
don't
and
know how to
says,
swim.
"Gregory, it is I, Captain Floundershack. Do you not remember the deal we had made?" And the stone giant looks down and goes, "Floundershack. Yes, I remember our deal. 20 gold pieces to my brother, and you shall pass." And the captain goes, "Thank you. Have a good day." And waves at him. And he looks back at you and goes, "I know these waters. I prepared for this."
Not the bugbears, but the giants. Good.
Bugbears were wild and uncertain.
Understandable.
Nods kind of curtly, and the crew keeps pushing and going forward until you come across this weird beach, and there's this giant stand. Damn, I always close this damn book. Why do I close my books? There's this giant standing there.
Reading rainbow.
Giant.
Did you see that got 5 million, Jeff?
What's that?
Reading Rainbow, the Kickstarter got 5 million, and then Seth MacFarlane's donating $1 million to it as well.
Most successful Kickstarter ever.
I think so. Maybe
That's what it said.
Star. Oh, okay. What, Star Nation only hit like what, 4 million or something like that? Or not Star Nation?
I was like, what?
Not the fucking StarCraft. Whatever the fucking stupid
I don't know.
wing fighter.
I know that
game
this
is.
has the tagline as the most successful Kickstarter ever.
Yeah, I think so. Neil, what happens?
So this 18-foot tall giant, completely gray. This is what. Oh, I can't see what I'm showing you. Where'd Skype go?
Do we know what a gray one is?
This is what he looks like. He's a stone giant. The captain tells you.
Oh, that's not
one
good.
of the few of his kind left around this region.
Jesus.
18 feet tall. So you guys are probably as tall as the boulder in his hand. No, I guess you guys would.
No.
Yeah, a little
we're
bit taller.
1/3 as tall as him. I'm 1/3 as tall as that guy. I'm up to his knee. Thank you very much.
Guess you are.
Maybe
All right,
a little
yeah.
bit past it.
He's standing there and just has his hands on his hips, and he nods at the captain. And Captain hands him a sack of gold, or tosses him a sack of gold off the ship. And then you hear this weird noise from below decks, and you see two of the crew members hauling sheep up, and they just toss the sheep into the river. And the guy comes out and grabs the sheep by the fur and pulls them apart, and waves you on.
I go up to Captain Floundershack and say, we bring magical items, but we're not friends with stone giants. What? You don't like surprises? We don't like surprises.
I told you, I can take care of us getting there. Don't worry about it.
Well, let us know if we're gonna encounter any other creatures like that. Just
There's
so
a
we know.
bridge.
I mean, what that
There's
one right
a bridge
there?
we'll be encountering in 4 days. We're gonna have to sail underneath of it, and the top of our mast is gonna scrape the bottom of the bridge, but we'll be okay.
All right, that one
Other
right
than
there.
that-
And I point to Trick. He would have shot that guy in a second. He didn't even know how to use a bow.
Well,
He doesn't even have a bow.
You don't even have a bow.
He would have figured it out, though.
I didn't think you guys would act so rashly to someone who could kill us so quickly. I figured it would be fine.
Well,
Also,
maybe.
we're gonna be passing the brackish wastes pretty soon.
What?
It's an offshoot of the Iris River that kind of pooled around this area. Pretty nasty stuff in there. Some hydras, but they almost never come to the ocean, the river, so we should be fine.
Okay. Well, as long as you say so.
Yeah, what I say.
Who's the closest party member close to me?
To who? To you?
To me.
Tarika's the closest party member to you.
I lean over to Tariq and I'm like, he must have a lot of passage money.
What money?
Passage money.
He probably does. Quietly, I said, to be honest, I thought the deal he worked out was something besides sheep.
Hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, I
What
guess
are
let's just
you
move
saying?
along.
I'm only saying it to her. To Spades.
Okay.
Okay. When a few more days pass, 5 more days pass, and pretty soon you are drifting underneath that
Should everyone
bridge that
get
he was
5 more
talking
health back,
about.
by the way? Sorry to
5
interrupt.
more health plus another 3 health before you got to that point. So
Okay.
8 from where you were last. As you guys are coming near to this bridge between Rasmus and Vestin, you notice that there's a Verossi flag being stationed on either end of the bridge, with a
I
couple of
don't think
Verossi troops spitting on the ship from above the bridge. Like as you guys
Spitting?
sail underneath it, they just like start spitting down on you guys, trying to hit you.
These
One of them starts
people are
pissing off the
very
bridge.
unpleasant.
I tried to lasso one. Are
You
they
try to
green?
lasso one of them?
Yeah.
Isn't your lasso only like 15 feet long?
Yeah, but his dick is like 17 feet long, so she's...
They're just pissing into
Let
the
me
wind.
look
Neil.
at my lasso length. I guess it is 30 feet. Is it? Is it just 10?
It's got
No,
a reach
30.
of 3.
30. 30.
Your lasso's 30 feet?
That's
Yep.
pretty long.
It's my long range.
Are you sure your lasso's 30
Yeah,
feet
short
long?
range 10, medium 20, long range 30. And I have a 30 feet rope for this.
Boom.
Lasso.
Lasso. Yeah, 10, 20, 30. That's actually yards.
What the
That's it.
fuck?
A lasso has the same range as. Okay. See, this is why.
This is
why. When you move into a grid system, everything's stupid. Because here the lasso has the same range as a dagger. But a dagger in the system that we use is 10, 20, 30 yards.
Well, maybe the lasso is shitty, but at least it has some range.
The lasso can reach 6 squares. 6 times 5 is 30 feet. Yeah, that's fine. 30 feet long.
Shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah, you can attempt to lasso them. It's at long range, so you get a -5 to hit with it. But you can try.
I'm gonna try to get a splitter. Do I get surprised? I feel like they wouldn't expect the lasso.
Yeah, you absolutely get surprised. +2 for surprise.
So, YouTube is gonna be super mad. Alright, D20. Do I get +2? Or no?
+2 for surprise, -5 for.
No, but regular throwing +2 or nothing?
I think that's what
whatever
you
your
did
missile
last
adjust
week.
is.
I have never updated it.
Last week you used it and it was +2.
Your level -1 is your missile adjust plus missile
I'm
attack adjustment
6,
under dexterity.
So I'm 5. Yeah, 5. So D20 +2. 17.
17. That is a hit.
So I want to pull him off the bridge and throw him on our ship.
Let me just.
He should
And as
just
I
die.
do it, I scream,
think you
"Down
need-
with Verossi!" Literally.
Lasso. If the attacker succeeds with a
friend.
called shot, so you blah blah blah. It's fine. You have to make a called shot with it. You still clear by enough to make the called shot. Give me a post strength check to pull him off the edge.
Is it on his actual dick, Neil, or is it just around his waist?
It's not
or
on
like
his dick.
Okay.
Strength check, 15. 21. If I can actually throw him in the water and keep the lasso, that
you
would
take
be
him by
lovely.
surprise. So he tumbles off the ship, or off the bridge onto the ship, which is roughly 30 feet below him. So he takes 3d6 falling damage.
This is gonna be bad.
I attempt to scatter.
12. He
While he
takes
starts
that's
falling.
6, 6, and 3. 12 and 3 is 15 damage. Unless he has magic life. Nope. He falls and breaks his neck. And the Verossi
Rip.
soldiers above start,
My jaw just
holy
dropped
shit!
open.
And
That's what you get for spitting on us, bitch!
2 of them bust out bows, notch an arrow, and shoot. Initiative, but they bust out bows.
Go ahead, Jen.
Roll
This is
initiative.
your doing.
2. Ha!
They go first.
Oh my god, this is so
There are some DM hacks happening.
Oh, actually, they go. Well, they and the captain are tied for going at the same time. They go first. Captain goes second. You go third. So they take their first round of shots. 7 and 4, complete misses. You know, they like speckle the ship around you. The captain turns to you and says, "What have you done? You fool! You moron! What have you? You've doomed us all."
He spit on the ship.
It's your turn.
It's our turn.
It's Jen's turn. If you guys want to do anything, you
I'm
act
gonna
at the same
lasso
phase.
another. It seems to be effective. No more surprise. So just D20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but are we closer by now? No.
No, you actually have to back up, like back
Okay.
off part of the ship to get another
10?
shot. No.
Okay.
What?
Nope.
Neil, is it?
It's. Go ahead.
Sorry, finish. I don't want to interrupt you.
I say it's a called shot against them, so it's actually at -4 on top of that. As I said when we were talking about it last time.
Okay.
What were you saying, JP?
What do the guards do when this happens? Like, what are we seeing above us?
You saw them back off for a moment and then come back forward with bows and arrows. There are only 2 that have bows.
It's just a bridge above us.
It's just a bridge. And the rest of the soldiers that were up there have backed off the edge, and you can no longer see them.
I'm going to do like bodyguard duty and get next to the captain and shield him from. Well, shield the 2 of us from incoming
Captain,
arrows.
he looks at you. He's like, "Didn't we just learn from the stone giants?"
She's a bit of an idiot, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry.
There's not enough gold in the world to make me do this trip again.
Uh,
You do realize that they're going to take my ship and kill every single one of us.
We will defend it. It's completely fucked. I know. I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna make sure an arrow doesn't hit you, and we'll get out of here as best we can.
Jesus Christ! He holds his head in his hands like I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. Okay.
I hide from arrows if I can. If I can go underneath the deck, then I do that.
They get their second shot this round. 15, 16. No, they actually get a penalty because you're such a small target. Nope, they miss. It just boonk, an arrow comes right next to you, but hits on the ground beside you. At this point, the boat is fully. Well, the boat's like on either side of the bridge now. It's like underneath directly.
Okay. I take my tower shield and I just slam it down like in the middle of the where the arrows could come from, and I get behind it and I motion for other people to get behind it as well to take cover.
Okay. The boat passes out the other side. Jen, if you'd like to keep, this is the last round in which you can fully get a lasso. If you'd like to try it again,
I'll do it. Just D20?
we should roll. Roll full initiative. D20 plus your lasso modifier. They'll roll plus their.
6.
Oh god, they both rolled maximum initiative.
Oh, you meant initiative. Sorry, I thought.
Yeah, initiative.
Lasso. Let me verify.
I don't know if
Lasso.
you actually.
Oh, 10.
Okay, you might be able to get worse than them.
13.
No, you go first.
Can I just roll the 17, or do you want me to reroll? Oh, it's with the. Yeah.
It's a called shot at range, so it's -5 for maximum range and -4 for called shot.
Want me to
So double
reroll, or
crits.
are we keeping the 11?
If you want to roll, yeah, we'll keep the 11, then -4 for called shot brings it down to sub 10, which is a miss.
Okay.
Okay. They shoot at you again. Misses. What your armor class is 18?
Yeah.
I think they actually need a natural 20 to hit you right now. Yeah, their arrows pepper the ship, and the ship moves out of the way. And you are now out of range of the lasso, but they can keep shooting at you. But
Then
at
I'm
this
gonna
point,
take cover if I can.
they realize you are too heavily armed of a target, so they start picking off crew members that are standing about on deck.
Do
It
any of
hits-
them come behind me? Like I put
Well,
the
they're just
shield
kind of
down?
all the crew members like watching them shoot at her, and then they train the arrows and start targeting other people. At which point, the crew members start freaking out and scattering, but 2 of them still get hit for 5 and 3. Actually, they both drop to the ground. One of them just barely unconscious, and the other one with a pretty bad wound. And at this point, the rest of the crew members and the captain have all like hidden behind things. You guys are now. I mean, there's plenty of things to hide behind on a ship, or you can duck below deck, and it's been a minute or two, so you can easily get out of the way. And the ship continues to sail.
Okay. I stay until at least the end of the day, underneath.
Okay. As you know, once you're well out of bow shot range, everyone kind of reconvenes, and the captain's like, comes up to you, Spades, and tries to slap you. 19.
I take
Slaps
it.
you right in the face. Just.
I don't even try to dodge it. I'm like taking it. I'm like,
What the hell? You realize you've doomed us all, right?
We're gonna be okay. We can take them. Right now, the population is fighting the Verasi, so we should join them and not be scared.
No. The population is fighting Verasi up north, where the younger brother held sway. Down here, everything's still normal. Everything's still fine down here. Verasi is still completely in control, and they're being backed by the older brother, because the older brother's trying to do the right thing and keep you fucking killed us. Now the entire the army of Miklograd, any soldiers of Miklograd that are in this area are going to be working with Verasi right now to come and take down our ship.
Well,
Do you have any idea of the danger? You've just doomed us all. We're all going to die.
I'm sorry.
Just because you couldn't take a petty little insult, he gets pissed off and tries to hit you again. Rolls an 8 and completely misses. You just take it? All right, if you don't try and dodge, he just hits you in the face for D3 temporary damage. 3 temporary damage. It goes away in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's fuming and he's pissed off and he's just like... He just grabs something and throws it overboard and storms off.
Okay.
None of the crew talk to any of you guys for the rest of the day. What do you guys do?
Even me?
Even you.
I go to sleep. I don't talk to the party at all.
All right, you kind of keep.
I go to bed.
Nothing else I want to do either.
As she goes to sleep, I go to the door and knock on her door.
I open the door.
He goes, Spades, what is this? We talked about this. What's going on?
I didn't realize we were in the bad section.
Yeah, but you keep doing actions outside of what everyone else is doing, and it's putting us at risk, and it's going to get people killed.
Yeah, I kind of fucked up here. I mean, I'm going to do my best to help you guys now. Again.
Okay.
Well, that's what I've been doing, but I'll be careful in this area. I think,
I have to tell you, I think this is your last chance. Like, you gotta start following orders and not. You can't be acting on your own. You do it again, and I think you gotta go.
I'll watch out.
Okay.
I go to bed and I'm like, I look like I'm. What's the word? Like when you think a lot.
Contemplative. Pensive is good as well.
That.
Good job, Ryan. That's a good word to pick.
I think so too.
So that's
you, Neal.
how Spades looks. For like the first time ever, she's actually looking like she's like reflecting on life.
Are you doing the classic thinker pose?
Yes.
You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Which, by the way, is in San Francisco.
This one, right?
The Legion of Honor.
I think it's on the chin.
Sitting on the bed, being like... Yeah, exactly like that.
The next day comes, and the captain kind of goes around and grabs Tariq, Carla, Victorian, and Zanzel, and sneakily brings you guys into his chambers. It takes 15 minutes to gather you all, so some of you are waiting there for a little while. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're waiting? Carla's the last one to get.
Are we armored?
Whatever you had, whatever you were walking around that day with.
Armor.
Okay. Are we in? Sorry, where are we? Are we in his quarters down below?
Captain's quarters, yeah.
Okay. No, there's nothing I want to do.
Yep.
He says, "Guys, I can only see one way out of this. You're not going to like it, but our very lives hang in the balance here.
What's
we have
your
to
idea,
tie up
Captain?
the dwarf, and when the Verasi forces come to destroy us, we hand her over with some sort of what do you call it? Bribery, and explain to them what happened. And I think we might be able to get away with that. I can't promise it, but that's the best way I think that we can get away with our lives here."
Sounds good. And I walk out.
Well, with all due respect, Captain, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I think if the Verasi show up, they'll just kill us anyways.
Well,
They don't seem to be the merciful type.
no, but they can be the lazy type and the greedy type. If we can give them a dwarf who is, actively pro or anti-Verasi, who they can execute somewhere publicly, and then give the officer, a nice big bonus, we can raise a white flag for negotiation. Make sure that we approach them unarmed, unarmored, act very, down to earth. I think we can get away with this, but we're gonna have to give up the dwarf.
Are any of the other crewmen comprised of? Are there any dwarves other than Spades on the ship?
It's a very no, no dwarves whatsoever. Spades is the only dwarf on the ship.
Have they been known to accept human sacrifice in the past?
Well,
Is
they love
Verasi-
executing people. They love executing people in public square.
And you
And
called
if we
them you called them greedy. So we raise the white flag. They take her. What's to stop them from taking the rest of us after that?
He said the
No, I mean,
laziness.
they're still-
That's his argument.
They're still men. They're still, they're not all completely without honor. And there'll be non-Verasi forces with them. I think, look, if you're asking me if there's no danger in this, I'm not going to lie to you. They very well may decide just to kill us all and take the boat and burn everything. It's a possibility. However, if our options come to be fighting them or I just can't see us fighting them. I know you guys are great. You took care of those bugbears like you made short work of them. That was 40 bugbears, 20 of them on our ship. You guys dispatched them with ease. That would have taken me and my crew down in a heartbeat. You guys are fantastic fighters. You're great.
And where are we on the map right now?
You're south of the bridge between Vestin and Rastmus.
Okay,
So how
so
many more
we're
heals did we get, by the way?
This is one more heal. We already said you got another blah blah blah. So this is one more after your last total that you've been healed.
Okay.
is
9 total.
is the entire river like comprised of a huge sheer cliff, or is there a way to like anchor
No,
and just leave?
The cliff was kind of back in the hilly area. Now the river is mostly even with the ground. Sometimes it's a little bit of a rise. Sometimes a little bit of a rise. Sometimes a lot of a rise. Most of the time, it's pretty flat and with the terrain.
So we haven't gotten to Windhus yet. We're in between
gotten
the
to
bridge
Windhus.
and Windhus.
Yeah.
I give a look to Victorian that says, let's talk this over amongst you, me, and Zanzel.
Can you keep
Yeah.
your a little bit shorter? Just like let's talk this over. 'Cause,
Yeah, it was a very quick look.
just if you're gonna exchange information via looks, let's keep it.
Well, the Yumi's, just okay.
Yeah.
Look,
It's a very-
Captain, Spades endangered all of our lives, so I'm not against your idea. I think there's a very good chance that if the Verasi show up in force, this may be our best chance to survive, but I also think it's worth noting that there's a good chance that they'll just kill us anyway. So while we're talking this over, can we agree that we need to double time it or move as quick as we can, get beyond this, hopefully word
I'm
doesn't
in a
spread
row as
faster?
fast as they can row. I have them row faster. We'll make better progress. They'll tire, and then we'll lose progress.
Of course. I leave it to your discretion. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We can get outside this word. What happened was one soldier had his body pulled over a bridge and he was killed while
One
they were
soldier
peeing
was
and spitting
killed.
us.
Yeah, I mean, he was spitting. Look, I like her. I love to see that guy killed. I would kill them all if I could, but I can't. So I'm just trying to save my own skin here. I got
I
kids
understand
that need feeding.
We'll talk it over and I'll get back to you in 5 minutes.
All right, good.
So I just take him outside the chamber, I guess. Zanzel's, are you gone?
Yeah, unless you guys stop me otherwise. I said that's.
we'll-
I
we'll-
find-
Zanzel's
nobody
walked
did.
upstairs onto the deck.
Drake, what say you? It's just you and I guess. In Carla. I'll ask
Yeah,
Carla.
and Carla.
Look, I agree that Spades has been a liability in many situations, but I have a really hard time just flat out offering her up for sacrifice. I think the option I'm liking the most is just abandoning ship and walking the rest of the way.
But that leaves the captain and his crew to that fate.
Unless
And
the
you
captain
are a
wants to
Templar.
unless the captain wants to abandon ship as well, then only the ship is at risk.
Yeah, I don't think that's an option.
Oh, as greedy as I've been, worldly things have overcome me. But if we're talking about a life versus a ship,
Well, Tariq, you're basically what you're saying is we're going to go back to the captain and offer that he gives up his livelihood and everything that he's been doing for his entire life because one of our crew fucked him over. He's not going to. He's either going to say sure, and then when we see Verasi, he's going to turn all of us over, or he's going to say no, and then we leave and we've doomed him.
that's true. How much is a ship like this worth?
Now's not the time for your
an
greed. I don't know.
No, it's not a greed question. We're basically weighing the life of Spades versus the ship. If everybody were to abandon, yes. So I'm asking how much is the ship worth. I'm not looking to line my own pockets here.
I have no idea.
I don't know. This captain has kind of rubbed me the wrong way in our business dealings, and I think Spades has fucked up, but her heart has been in the right place, I think.
I don't think it has. What makes you think her heart's in the right place?
I think she sees things a little bit more black and white. There is bad guy, kill bad guy, sort of thing.
Yes, so where has her heart been?
Against the Verasi.
Like everybody else on the planet.
This is where we break
Right.
into the musical Where Has Her Heart Been?
Let's go talk to Zanzel and see what he thinks. He was very quick to make a judgment.
No, Carla, what say you?
Burn
she
the
there too?
bitch! She's putting my baby in danger. The fate of the world rests in our hands. Can we really weigh the fate of the world against this one stupid dwarf who's trying to get us killed? She's been nothing but trouble.
That seems pretty direct. Carla, we'll talk it over with Zanzel. We have your opinion. Do you want to keep watch of the babe that no one seems to be with at the moment?
He's steering the ship, actually.
All right, we'll
Sorry,
talk
who did you
to
say that to?
Carla.
Okay. Carla's like, I'm gonna go watch the baby. You get
All
rid
right.
of that stupid dwarf.
We'll talk it over.
I'm
on,
relying
Chick,
on
it's
you,
fine.
Victorian.
I hear you. Let's go find Zanzel. We'll ask his opinion. We find Zanzel standing naked on top of the railing, facing the east winds.
I
I'm
come
just
up from
like-
behind him.
I'm just
with my
like
arms
this.
outstretched.
Spades, where would you be at this point in time?
I would think I am in the downstairs in the bed because I'm trying to heal up.
Okay, cool. So Spades is nowhere to be found. You guys can grab Zanzel unnoticed.
Zanzel, you said your opinion pretty quick, but Tariq would like to make his case, I believe.
I just look at Tariq.
So you sort of said deal and then walked out. Can you elaborate for us?
Well, he said to give her over, and I said okay, and I walked out. But what do you want? What needs to be explained?
So here's my thought, and Victor and I've known you the longest, and I'm the most loyal to you. So if the party's in agreement, I'm not going to completely abandon the party.
I appreciate that.
My suggestion is that I care little for this captain's boat. Well, I should say I care little for the captain and even less for his boat.
I'm right there with you.
My suggestion is that we all simply abandon ship. There are no towns from where we're at all the way to Windhouse, and then we can make our way there at our leisure in complete safety with our group and the captain and his crew in tow. The only thing that would be lost is the ship.
He does have 90 oarsmen, by the way. So we would be at the head of a 100 and some odd person group of people.
Correct. And they could, go one way. They don't necessarily have to head
Or
towards...
another. Sorry.
we could head towards Windtoss, and they could head back towards from whence they came, I guess.
My only fear is this captain has more information on us than most people, and he's going to be trying to save his life, so he'll give up any of that information to do that. I don't care much
This
for
is
the...
Yes.
It's also we can't talk. He's not going to abandon the boat. I hear you,
no, there's
Tariq, in
nothing
terms
we
of that
can
being
do.
an idea between life and death. But he has 90 oarsmen. He's got some odd sailors. He couldn't feed them. He couldn't pay for them. He's not going to abandon them to the streets.
If I had it my
He
way,
won't.
if I had it my way, she would have been dead 2 weeks ago. I don't want her anywhere near us. She almost cost us our life again today. Cost us our life 2 weeks ago. It's not going well. She doesn't need to be in the party. She's only cost us negative things, bad things.
Not only, friend, she is one of the only reasons we made it out of that prince's chamber. She deserves credit for that. She's a very good warrior. And in her defense, when I spoke to her on this last night, for the first time, she seemed genuinely sad and recognized that she had done wrong. Now, we live in harsh times, and I understand that sometimes you make one mistake and that's it. But this choice is not so black and white. What I'm worried about is how we affect the baby as our mission. It's the most important thing. And then how we affect perhaps those around us. I don't know that I could sleep at night knowing that we doomed 100+ men to death just because Spades lost her head.
Well, then I think you have your answer. Because those people are dead if we don't give her up. And they're probably already dead if we do.
So these Verasi, they're waiting for us on the
No,
banks
it's-
up ahead, or
It's a worst case scenario. We don't know anything. There could be no Verasi. There could be an army, or they could not care about just getting Spades. They could just kill all of us. We're in a tough spot.
I mean, I'm not one to kill someone that you guys want to keep around, so I'm not going to do something like that. But we could make it look like she's dead. If you want to do something like that, I have something that can do that, but I don't know what good that's going to do. They probably want the kill for themselves.
I propose this. It's the worst case scenario, but with our priorities, it might be the best options we have left available to us. If the Verasi are in fact going to ambush us, and they accept Spades as payment for the crime, we give them Spades. If they turn against us and do not want any one life, but rather all of us, then unfortunately the crew and the captain become collateral, and Zanzel, perhaps you make us invisible again, and that's how we get out of this, or something.
Yeah, I won't be dying. That's for sure. We'll get out.
What I'm clarifying, though, is in that situation, we do not kill Spades. We discuss this privately after we get away from the Verasi, and then decide whether or not she's capable of helping us.
I'm not going to kill anyone. She's going to get us killed is the main thing I worry about. And
I hear you.
I'll be out of there before anything swings my way. You be sure.
Okay.
I will not
Is
hesitate.
that fine with you, Tariq, that plan?
I have a very hard time condemning anyone to death, especially one of our own. But I see your point about one life versus potentially hundreds.
And the baby.
Yes, the baby is, of course, paramount. All right, let us continue writing on, and we'll see what befalls us. How many Verasi await us up ahead?
Yeah. I'll need you on deck with me to watch out for this situation. And Zanzel, please prepare your best capabilities for war, I suppose.
I'll do.
All right. I will make a quick stop at Carla's. I'll tell the captain what we discussed, and then I'll meet you all on deck, I guess.
I turn
So I
around
go-
and once again put my arms out and embrace the wind.
So I go tell Carla what we discussed. Does she have anything worth saying or something?
I was actively trying not to pay attention so that I couldn't actually plan against you guys using your information. So I have no idea what you discussed. What do you tell Carla?
Shouldn't I continue to not tell Carla then, because you're Carla?
I mean, you can ballpark it.
We told her all out war, right?
I ballpark it that I tell her, like, actually, in terms of actions, it's not really important that she knows, so we can just assume that I tell her everything or whatever, but...
She's in favor of killing Spades or sacrificing
Right.
Spades and does not want to fight. And she reiterates what she said.
And then I tell the captain, who I guess you will have to know because you are RPing him, so no DM hacks, but to the best of your ability. I tell him that we are with him. Worst case scenario, if we do run into Verossi, we can offer up spades as tribute or whatever you want to say, payment for the crime, body for a body. And if they don't accept that, then we'll need to fight the Verossi.
Yeah.
It's that or we die, obviously.
To the
Well-
captain, well, go ahead.
Am I there for that or still in the cabin?
No, you're
I
still
guess
in
I'm
bed.
still in
I
the
think you're still in
cabin.
the
Yeah.
cabin.
Yeah.
We would not be
Uh,
saying this in
Yeah,
front of
yeah, that's true.
Captain kind of strokes his beard and goes, well. So, the issue is if they see us with weapons, they might get a little scared. Might think we're going to stab them in the back. I'm a little fearful of that. I'd really like to approach them open hands, good show of faith. I'd like to go all in on the giving up the dwarf.
If they show up with an army and they're in force, then yes, of course, you can do whatever diplomacy you think is best. But unarming ourselves and putting ourselves at the mercy of Verossi goes against what you said earlier, which is playing off the fact that they're just too lazy to deal with all of us. If we're unarmed and presented to them, it's not going to appeal to them. They're just going to kill us easier.
Well, what about if we left you guys below decks, my men and I approached them unarmed and unarmored? You wouldn't be able to see or hear much of what's going on, but there's some portholes you could look out.
I guess if this is something you feel strongly about, I can have my associates below deck, and then I will be above deck with my shield and spear stashed near me.
I asked the captain, so when do you expect on this journey down the river for the Verossi to
They
stop
could show
the
up
ship?
at any moment. We should probably go tie up the dwarf now. Leave her tied up above deck until we see them, or until they don't show up.
You've been stopped like this before?
Never.
So what makes you believe that they'll stop you now?
We killed a soldier, and usually that sort of thing is met with swift punishment.
And
I think
word,
the only reason we got away is we were on a boat, and they couldn't catch us at the moment.
right. You think the word will travel faster than the boat?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, look, friend.
Remember, they got them wizards and priests on their side. They can make words travel faster than wind.
Let's not complicate things. Let's proceed as planned. If they do present a large force that we could never take, then we will offer up the hostage. But just wrapping her up now and expecting to run into Verossi to then hand her over is a horrible idea.
What happens if we spot them and only have a few minutes to get her ready and she doesn't want to come?
Then you allow the Verossi to board to get her. We all band together. There's 100 of us. We will get her.
Don't you think it won't look like we are feeling sorry for ourselves or feeling bad about what we did if we don't have her?
It's interesting. You
ready to
keep
go?
talking about like how we're going to pose.
Look, I think
for
we can
Verossi.
placate them. Yeah,
I
think we can
once
placate them.
said a joke to a Verossi soldier. He chased me down to murder me. I killed him and his 3 associates. They are the
Jesus, that must
nastiest,
have been
most
some
evil
sort of
people.
joke.
I don't. You must have been at sea for too long. Verossi are not. They'll kill you for anything and everyone around you. Like that's what they've always done to everyone. So I don't know why you keep thinking that if we put a ribbon on her head, maybe they'll give us innocence or something. They won't.
Maybe it's wishful thinking.
She will just look much cuter.
So you're going to
We
tell her
heard-
our plans, or you're just going to leave it up to later?
No, I don't think it's necessary to tell her.
All right. But let me just make this clear. She is your responsibility. And if you opt not to go with our plan, if I feel I can, safely secure my ship and my people for her life, I will give it in a heartbeat. And if you're not cooperative with that, your life is for sale too.
You don't need to make threats to me, friend.
I'm not making threats. I just want you to know where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to,
When we discussed it, I
trying to
knew
be
that
an
you
honest
had your
businessman here.
crew and your livelihood to defend. There's no mystery here.
Good. As long as we're all on the same page. Sticks out his hand to shake it.
I shake it.
Okay. All right.
Do we get to sleep?
Yes, you guys do get to sleep.
All right.
Should probably take the break now, right?
We're about 10 minutes short. I don't know what Neil wants to
okay.
do. We should break now. We should definitely break now.
All right, cool. I'll just put this up as one bod. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and go into the final hour of week 21 right after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit.